Yes, everyone. Welcome back to another live. Today we're going to be reviewing game week 5 of the English Premier League, and we had some exciting fixtures. We have a few exciting fixtures to actually go over. So I'll start adding people in. First of all, we have the main man, Honey Gun, aka Harry Minton's Cider Army. How you doing, Harry?
I'm all good. I'm all good. Thanks, thanks for having me on as always. And I know, yeah, like you said, some interesting games in the Premier League this weekend, and yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to talking about it. But yeah, hope you're well as well, mate. And yeah, cheers for having me on.
No worries, mate. Second, we have Hardeep. How you doing, Hardeep?
Yeah, that's guys. How are you guys doing? I'm doing really well, thank you, man. Do you know what? It's going to be great feeling to be part of the stream, you guys, to actually review the fifth week of Premier League season. It's been really intriguing so far. Bit up and down, more or less, but we're nearing towards the quarter point of the season. It's going to be great.
Yeah, 100%. We have Latimus Prime as well, Mr. Back-to-back games himself. How you doing, Latimus?
I'm good. I'm okay. How are you guys?
Yeah, not too bad. And then we have Wolfie. How you doing, Wolfie? You right?
I'm still crying, man. I'm not sure what to cry more about, my team or the result. I'm crying, bro. I'm sad. This weekend has saddened me.
I believe it's our first time meeting. Who's your team?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Ooh.
He hit it. Ooh.
Yeah, tough result for you guys this weekend.
Over the weekend. I'm pretty sure Prime was the same.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 Chelsea fans. That's always great. Big up Manny in the comments.
Big up, Manny.
Charlie says Harry Minton for the Ballon d'Or.
You know it, Charlie. You know it.
Big up Samuel. Joshua as well. Big up to yourself. So the first game we're actually going to go over is West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 2. Harry, do you want to leave your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm getting quite worried for West Ham at the moment. I think they are in a bit of trouble, and I mean, I've only seen my highlights, but it looked like Palace deserved all the 3 points. I mean, the defending for the first goal for the Mateta goal from the corner, I think was quite poor from West Ham. Obviously, they score a header from a corner through Bowen, who probably is their best player. And is the only man trying to help them escape this relegation battle for them at the moment. And then Mitchell's goal was quite nice on a volley, and yeah, I say Palace definitely deserved the 3 points, and credit to them to getting the 3 points on a good run at the moment. But yeah, for West Ham, I think you know, I mean, questions have to be asked. How many more games does Graham Potter have left? Because yeah, it's definitely not been a good start to the season for West Ham.
Yeah, 100%. Lanimus?
Last question?
Yeah, West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 3.
Nothing really. Potter's going to be gone eventually. They're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Potter is in deep water at the moment. Maybe I think some people would say that West Ham could have done more maybe in the summer transfer window, especially losing out on most of their decent players, Kudus, Alvarez. So there's many areas where I don't think that they replaced players. which is why I was one person that maybe said that they could be in a relegation scrap this season. But Wolfie?
Well, Potter's weaving his magic, isn't he, down there? Because me and Prime will tell you what Potter management's like. It's bad for them, really, because they've kind of had a similar transfer window to Aston Villa, where they've kind of let go of quality and not really signed quality, if you know what I mean. They've let go one or two players. And then it's like Potter's doing his thing of playing crap football and letting in loads of goals. It's a shame, really, because like you just said about Kudos going, and they didn't really sign anyone to replace him. Where's that spark coming from? Like, because they still got players like Souček and Bowen, but that can only take them so far. And I think Palace. One thing I like about Palace is a team still on the up and up, even though they've just lost Eze. You wouldn't really notice because they've still just been like doing their thing. So, but it depends because like what Prime just said, I think it depends how quickly they get rid of Potter. Because Potter. What is it about modern managers? They just don't adapt their game, bro. None of them adapt their game. They just go play suicidal football and see what happens. It's just dumb. I don't get it. Like West Ham are too open. They try and play what I would say expansive football that they can't really do, and they just get caught out all the time in transition. So they need to seriously rethink what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%. And brilliant. It was spot on, I think, with the point that you made about Kudus. I mean, they've gotten all of this money and they sold one of their key players, and now their key player was replaced by who exactly? So there was areas where they could have looked into the transfer window, and I think they could have signed more players that could that they can compete with. So I think without these players, especially Alvarez as well, I think Edson Alvarez was a really, really solid player, I think, for West Ham, and they loaned him out. I believe he went to Fenerbahce. So, I mean, they did more selling than they did actually buying. Big up Wolfie, says Anthony.
All right, Anthony. All right.
Samuel Johnson says Bowen will keep them up, I think. Yeah, I mean, we can't. I don't think we can put it all on one player that's going to keep them up, but they do definitely have to maybe make some January signings if they want to stay up.
Can I just point out with West Ham as well? The other big problem is now they're having a lot of issues with their board now as well, which don't help because that's just fuel to the fire. What's going on with like David Sullivan? Oh, they really hate their own board right now. They really, really, really do. The fans. I know a lot of West Ham fans, and they're not happy. They're not.
Yeah, 100%. Manny says, I think a lot of managers are under pressure now. I would say that they should each get 2 to 3 more league games, and then sadly they will get their P45 if there's no improvement.
Yeah, P45. That's what you get, boys and girls, when you leave a job. Yeah.
Mateta loves a goal against the Hammers. Yeah, 100%.
Good player.
Mascara got a bit of karma for his nasty. Yeah, we'll get onto that game later. Big up, fellas. Ballon d'Or tonight. Yeah, who do you guys think? Who do you guys think's going to win the Ballon d'Or?
Messi. No, joking.
Probably will.
You know, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Somehow they can bring them back into the conversation, don't they? Like, somehow. Dembele would probably win it. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, Dembele for me.
He deserves it, to be honest. He led the line for PSG quite well.
And they were Champions League winners, so
comfortable Champions League winners.
Yeah, 100%. Dembele has to be. Yeah. Next up, Burnley won. Forest.
Did you ask Hardy what you thought?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm not used to Hardy, man.
Hardeep, my bad. My apologies. Hardeep, what do you think?
Yeah, oh, wait, who? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think with this actual game itself, it actually epitomises West Ham and overall how they've been shambled this season. Ultimately, it's like with Palace, they've been 17 matches unbeaten on the grass, and that's absolutely incredible. I think with West Ham right now, they're in diabolical form. And ideally, from set-piece point of view, they should prevent those goals, especially from Mateta's point of view. Ultimately, it's down to the tactical issues. I think with, obviously, Potter, from a Harry Potter point of view, it's been stupefied. You know what I mean? Essentially, I think he's not really adapting, or maybe adapting to players instead of his philosophy. I think ultimately, if he wants to actually stay or maybe get miraculous results, he needs to adapt to the players, not adapt to his system. But ultimately, from managerial point of view, I could see him possibly going for Nuno Espirito Santos, even possibly maybe O'Neill if the actual pressure continues.
Yeah, 100%. Not a bad shout at all. Burnley won, Forest won. Pretty boring game. I didn't exactly watch this one. I wouldn't even dare to watch this one, to be honest with you. Hardeep.
Yeah, I'd say with Forest as well, considering they've actually got Ange as well, you'd actually expect a better result, especially from actual player perspective. They've got better players than Burnley. Burnley more or less have actually promoted the Premier League, and also they're more or less sitting around about relegation point of view, possibly in midpoint point of view right now. They're definitely favourites to go down. However, with the bogey teams of the Premier League, who knows, they could possibly say, oh, it's possibly maybe a crucial point for them. However, from Anne's perspective, it needs to actually devolve into a different philosophy rather than sticking to his own principles. Simple as that if he wants to actually continue this consistency going forward.
Yeah, 100%. Harry.
Yeah, I think it must be quite a disappointing result for Forest. To be fair, going away to sides who are going to be around the bottom places for the season, to only come away with a point is quite disappointing. But Forest's opener was a great goal, fantastic volley from Nico Williams from just outside the box. Very good goal. But the goal they did concede was a bit avoidable, to be fair. And I think that's one of the main reasons why Arsenal let go of Zinchenko, because if you've seen the goal, it was an attempted clearance off the line from him, but he couldn't keep out in the end. And I think for Burnley, if they can get more results like this, especially at home, then they should have a chance of hopefully surviving this season. It put them in a better position than like teams like West Ham, Wolves around them. So yeah, I think it's a great point for Burnley. But yeah, if you're a Forest, I think you feel quite disappointed that you didn't get all 3 points in this game.
Yeah, 100%. Zinchenko, don't get me started on him. He's a big, whingy baby, in my opinion. Martin Dubravka was man of the match, says Manny. Forest actually looked really good, but a Zinchenko muck-up cost them 2 extra points. Glad he's not with us this season, and I think Forest will do well. Yeah, I mean, Ange coming in, I think I said last time that I'm not too big on Ange. I mean, he won the Europa League, but I don't see him doing well in the Premier League. He sort of showed that with Tottenham. I mean, injuries, yeah, everyone's going to say that, but I just don't think tactically he's the right manager for the Premier League. People might disagree, but that's what I think. I mean, Zinchenko, why they got him is beyond me. I think it was just pointless, to be honest with you, because he is shambles. He's a shambles of a player. He should have buggered off to Saudi, in my opinion. But Harry,
I'm sorry. I just gave my thoughts there.
you did. Latimus.
Got no opinions on the game, but I think Ange will be fine so long as Forest buy proper defenders to suit how he wants to play.
Yeah,
I think Ange is a very good coach. I think people seriously underestimate him because of the injury Spurs had last year.
Wolfie.
Well, it's interesting, this one, isn't it? Because one thing about Forest is if they change their style of play from counter, because they're a counter-attacking team, innit? That's why Nuno made them so good, because they took no risks until they were breaking on you at speed. So one thing I will say, it depends on how he wants to continue. Does he continue with what made them strong? Does he try and be more expansive and open like he was with Spurs? Like Prime said, he had a lot of injuries to his defenders and his back line. It's a funny one. It'll be after, like Prime said, if the manager gets investment and he gets some of the players that he wants, and he can keep the club stable, because you know the guy's going to want top 10 finish at least. This owner, because like it depends on how it goes. Because Nuno should still have a job. I'm not sure if you want to say it's Nuno's fault or you want to say it's the owner's fault, but it was kind of like, I don't know about anybody else, but it was kind of one of those things that exploded for no reason for me. So it was
Marinakis being a stingy little whiny brat.
True, but you don't really, because I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, look at the way he came on the pitch at the end of last season." Well, he wanted to be Champions League football, but I understand why he was pissed off because he spent millions of pounds. But at the same time, you don't sit there as a manager slating your own board. The relationship. Yeah. That's something you say, but when you're saying that in public, in front of everybody on a camera, you're asking for trouble. So, it's one of those ones. Time will tell on them. I think Burnley look actually quite strong, right? In terms of like, in the sense of they look rugged, if you know what I mean. Against the Forest, they look like they can mix it up and give it. You know how, like, okay, use the expression now. You know how there's always a Premier League team that comes up and struggles a bit, but they always give people a game. And I think maybe Burnley are going to be that team. I'm not sure if they're going to go down or not yet. Let me see. But yeah, it was an interesting game. Both teams in a bit of a limbo right now. Obviously, Burnley with their promotion and Forest with their manager change. So need more games to see because it's still early days yet. 5-6 games. See where they are in 10-15.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, one, as you said about like that, how they like to hit on the counter attack with a fast-paced football. One thing that they're missing, Alanga. Alanga was the one who provided that. So, I think Kalimuendo, he was a really good signing for them. I watched him when he was at Rennes. I think he was really, really good. So I think they've got a real good player there.
Lamara Hadji's not a bad player winger. He's not a bad winger either himself.
No, yeah.
He just needs time to settle himself, I think, and see how Ange wants to use him. They've got a decent squad.
Yeah. Nobody really looked up to the signing of Kalimuendo, which is quite surprising, actually. Hardeep?
Yeah, you were asking about my force full.
Brilliant. We can move on now then. Wolves 1, Leeds 3. We all knew it was going to happen, didn't we? I mean, Wolves this season have been absolutely shambolic. Mm-hmm. They're just not good enough. But
yeah, can I start on this one? Because my missus is a Wolves fan.
Yeah, I bet she's loving life right now.
Oh no, bro, trust me. Every time I bring up football, I get a slap. She's not hating. She's hating. But the problem with Wolves is, right, okay, Leeds, like we were talking about Burnley a minute ago, we'll have to see how their squad adapts to the Premier League with what they've got. They didn't spend a ridiculous amounts of money, but I think out of the 3 promoted teams, they spent the most, didn't they?
Yeah.
With Leeds, so we'll have to see how they do. But with Wolves, the problem with Wolves have had
I'm not sure.
is they're kind of where West Ham are starting to be in the terms of they've started to sell players. Quite a lot of players, because they sold Petro Neto to us beginning of last season. They got like all them players have gone. I don't know how many players do they lost now over the last 2-3 seasons. Like really good players, Wolves.
Too many.
Cunha as well.
Ruben Neves.
Ruben Neves. Yeah, he went a while ago though.
Yeah, but he was a big one that they haven't replaced.
Well, they've not replaced many. I think, and the only thing really they did was this transfer window was Seb Larsson. They signed him on a permanent, making his loan permanent. Other than that, they didn't really invest either. So, it's touch and go for them because they've sold a lot of quality over the last couple of years and never really replaced it. And that's why I said maybe they're what West Ham's future could be if they don't sort it out quick. Because if not, they are going to go down fast. And I fear for Wolves, actually, that they look really bad. They don't look like they can defend. They look at the distinct lack of quality. The midfield is just disgraceful. But with Leeds as well, like time will tell, and then give them a bit more time. Big up now.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think I said this as well. I think in the summer window they need to start signing players to replace the ones that they've lost. Hardy.
Yeah, I'd say with this actual performance from Wolves' point of view is absolutely dreadful, and also considering that they are in the league, it epitomises how much they've actually not spent in the window, and ultimately their squad's very depleted, especially when someone like sort of Aitnori, obviously Cunha, etc. There's so much lack of experience in side, and ultimately what they lack right now is that pedigree and also consistency, and also potency in front of the goal. Ultimately, they're relying on Stred Larson, who was most likely leaving the summer. However, he stayed behind, considering that Newcastle actually went for Vodemeda, which was actually an excellent sign from them so far. Ultimately, I don't really see really good positive season for Wolves, especially from staying up in the Premier League, especially from being from Wolverhampton. Can their actual potentially increase? You never know. I mean, I'd say right now they'll probably be training from the league come the end of the season.
Yeah, 100%. Latimus.
I have no opinion really.
Okay. Wolfie. Oh yeah, you already done yours. Harry.
Yeah, it's actually quite surprising when you do look at the quality that Wolves have let go over the years, and like we've all said, we've just not replaced them adequately, really. And I think ultimately it's going to cost them. Maybe this season they'll just scrape survival, but I think next couple of years they could easily be in danger of going down. Because one player, of course, that is sort of keeping them up at the moment is Sean Larson. He's a decent striker. Honestly, I think he's injured at the moment, but so that's a big blow for him right now. But hopefully he's not out for too long, because they desperately need him because we've clearly got a lack of goals in the team so far. And but credit to Leeds, they were really good. I mean, Stats who scored a really nice free kick. Calvert-Lewin scored a header, and ultimately a great win for Leeds. And these are the sort of games really that Leeds should be looking at to win if they want to survive against teams that are going to be competing down there with them. So I mean, yeah, a great result for Leeds really, and but a lot of stuff to be in there as well for Wolves, 100%.
Also, to point out, obviously, with Offerkud and their new signing from AC Milan, what a brilliant player he is, especially from the signing. And ultimately, I think he'll definitely get the maximum points coming into the season. Let's do so up, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Okafor is a great signing.
Welcome in, Mr. B.
Yeah.
Big up to yourself.
Big up, man. Not really happy.
Wolves won.
You were always happy.
Not really now. No, man.
I'm not going to hear your laugh today. I'm not going to hear today, no. You know what I mean, Harry? Sorry.
I'm surprised you're here, Wolfie, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I've been MIA for a long time, innit, bro? I've been busy this year, man. Like, I've been having my house rebuilt, so I've been like really busy this year, so I haven't had a lot of time for streaming. But here I am.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you lost as well, so I'm that, is it? Yeah. There you go. I'm laughing now. Laughing at that. Yeah. But no. Was they world champions, club world champions, lost? Oh dear.
I won't get on to us, mate. I'll trust me. I've got plenty to say about us.
We'll get on to it. I think next we'll do it. Wolves won, Leeds 3. Mr. B, what do you think?
Well, I actually had Wolves to win this, and I thought they might actually get their first win, but they look poor again. And Leeds, well, they're looking decent, Maybe old Farker's the one, mate. He is the one, old fucker. in charge there, you know. Daniel Fucker. Go on, do that again. Cheer me up, man. Daniel Fucker.
Daniel Farke.
And one more, please.
Daniel Farke.
There we go, Mr. D.
Meet the
Yeah,
fuckers.
man, cheer me up, mate. That's good. I like that. It's funny, isn't it? Oh, brilliant.
Forest will be a short one in my opinion. No manager on earth could work under that lunatic.
Ruben Amorim. He's gonna win the glory days.
England, Serena Beekman wins Women's Johan Cruyff Trophy for the best coach. Yeah, she deserves it. She's absolutely brilliant.
Take over from Focal, I think.
Big up yourself, Warren. Big up Mr. Molina.
Thomas Tuchel, how you doing, Thomas Tuchel?
Shut up, Oris.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, big up to everyone in the chat.
Guys, who won the Ballon d'Or? I missed it.
Surely it was a Dembele.
Dembele won it, yeah?
Has it been announced yet?
It's been a mix of possibly maybe.
No, Oris, it wasn't anyone from United. I can tell you that now.
Of course.
For Chelsea, mate, yeah?
It's Simon, man. You take the mick out of my laugh, mate, but you sound like Eddie Murphy, man.
So,
And yours.
Ladimus Prime. How are you doing, Ladimus?
Never Neil's cop, bro.
Everyone, one at a time.
RD, make sure you cook Ladimus, mate, yeah? He's Palmer's biggest hater, RD.
Remember that? He put that on that laugh. You know, he didn't actually laugh like that.
Hey,
Eddie
how
Murphy.
deep? Wolves are going down, how deep, mate? Yeah, your local town Wolves.
They are.
That's your team.
My local team, really? Fair enough.
Right.
Well,
Man United 1, Man United 2, Chelsea 1.
Yeah, Oris, you're looking forward to playing us now, aren't you? Oris, gives me lots,
Oh
man.
yeah, we're gonna lose 5-0, mate. Yeah.
No, you're gonna thrash us, man. Now you really are. Tell you, right? You're gonna win. But yeah, good win for United. Yeah. Miracles happen. Yeah.
We'll start off with Ladimus. What are your thoughts?
In the game. To be fair, Oris can go. He won. And he's gassed. So
Mate, he's frozen.
What?
Yeah, he's frozen. Yeah.
Oh, he's having
not hear
an
me?
issue.
No, I can hear him. He's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
No.
Oris can go.
Orest is frozen.
Frozen.
Oh, Oris. Who cares about him?
Then
Oris.
Wolfie can go. Wolfie can go.
No. They were worried about Oris. They thought you. I thought they were talking about you freezing. They're talking about Oris.
He's gone now anyway.
He's gone now.
Wolfie
He's gone.
can go.
Wolfie, do you want to say your thoughts on this?
Oh, no, I thought he was going to finish because he said about Jordan's a gun and goal, and then he stopped.
I don't know what's going on.
Prime, finish what you're going to say,
I'm
bro. I
not
wasn't interrupting you. I thought they were saying that they couldn't hear you.
No, I said you can go first.
Yeah, no, Orest supposed to go first, right?
All right, I'll go first then. Like Big Mr. B over there was saying, good win for United. I don't think they could have made it more harder for themselves than the way they did. To be honest, after the first 15 minutes of the game, I was expecting to get destroyed. But luckily, the real United showed up, and after about 15 minutes, they eased off. Casemiro being a complete donut. Whether you think it was a second yellow or not, he's all over the back at Esteva, and it's just, why do it? You're supposed to be an experienced Champions League winner. He's going nowhere. Let go of him. Just don't touch him. Just let him go past you. And he ends up getting sent off. Then we end up making a game of it. We have one in the back of the net and one disallowed. I think United didn't even really have a chance in the second half. And it's a shame, really, because if Enzo doesn't take off Esteval, Neto... All right, Palmer, I understand if he's got a bit of a knock, but if we had actually had proper outlets on that game, we might have actually equalised, because second half, Man United were dog shit. They really were. They were awful, because I don't know how they managed to make it end up 2-1, because that should have been a 2-3-0 comfortable to United. They should have just been able to see the game out. We were down, because realistically, if you're playing against a team for 85 minutes with 10 men, you should be in dreamland. You really should, because you've got most of the match. You know, you can tire them out. You've always got the extra man. Right, in terms of ourselves, game plan out the window. First 5 minutes, Sanchez being stupid. There's a surprise. To be fair to him, he's made some decent saves over the season. So is it all on him? Probably not. But he's going to be made the scapegoat because he's the one sent off. Then Mascara makes those strange substitutions. He takes literally 3 players off. And just I don't know what he was looking to do, because this guy makes very strange substitutions. He makes very strange starting lineups. Like when we played against Brentford, didn't we start with Benetti and Gittins on the left? So it was just but three games in a week for us, you know. Bayern, Man United back to back. Right? Was it 3 games in 7 days with an Europeanly inexperienced team, and still a young team with still the same in midfield and defense that was kind of shit last season that we didn't really address, to be honest. Yeah, because we got Levi Colwell out for most of the season, and as not so great as he is, he's our best centre back at the minute. And I heard Mr. B over there saying about the Club World Championship, and yeah, he was one of the reasons why we won that Club World Championship, because he was putting out stupid fires like we were doing against Bayern, and we were doing Man United, and against Brentford, actually, to be fair to them as well. We were making mistakes against Brentford. So, realistically, it's just one of those ones you take it on your chin, you move on. From United's point of view, we'll see if they can build on it. If not, I don't think any United fan right now, regardless of the win, was happy with that performance, because I don't think anyone likes Almiron. One of my other Man United friends called him Ruben Interim, not Almiron, Interim. Thinks he's not going to be there. So
he probably could be gone, couldn't he? He could be gone.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. Like, and this is how bad it was. I got a Man United friend of mine called Kyle. He was like, "Yeah, we beat you. Like, we finally got up the league." And I was like, "Lord have mercy." The day Man United fans were cheering the fact they got to 9th. Better days, man. Sad times. The one thing I hated about that game as well yesterday, there's no passion from the fans anymore, man. Not the fans, I mean the players, sorry, because like when you see Palmer going up to Manu and they're shaking hands on the side and they're talking about it, like, oh yeah, this is shit, innit? Like it's just you can tell there's no passion from the players anymore. They don't fight for the Chelsea badge against it, because we used to hate Manchester United. I remember watching 2008 Champions League final live. There's no way I'd be sitting there chatting willy-nilly with anyone from Manchester United, brother, after watching that, man. Like, these players need to get their passion for the team back. They really do, man. These mercenaries, I can't stand them, man. They got no heart nowadays. So,
one thing I'd say is that Casemiro goal. What was Reece James doing?
What, Reece James the midfielder or Reece James the right back?
What was he doing? How does he even manage to do that? He kicks the ball. He tries to clear it, kicks it back into his own box, and then United score pretty much.
So Casemiro got sent off. He gave us hope in the end. He ended up doing. I think he almost did more harm than good. Casemiro. So.
Not 3 points, unfortunately. Hardy, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say for us, it's a very, very crucial win. However, from performance point of view, we should be doing better from the guys clear-cut chances. Ahmad, especially, he's been absolutely well for the season. Sesko, not necessarily getting a lot of service. And midfield, continues to get bypass. Like, you know who? You know, I ain't going to explain it.
Can anyone remind me, did Tesco actually play at the weekend against us? Because I don't even remember seeing him. I'm sitting here thinking about it.
He was. But he was isolated, like Tesco, more or less. But essentially, with our actual front line, we had a consistency in terms of service, even could have got chances. Midfield wise, no physicality, no technicality. Do we need to actually bring on Mainu, possibly Gartin? Absolutely. Can't really trust the likes of Bruno Fernandes, even Casemiro in midfield in 2025. They're absolutely dreadful, unless very crucial win, I think, with the Lit. What a fantastic player. It has to be one of the best centre-backs this season. So underrated in the Premier League, and I'd say right now it's within the top 3 without doubt. Top class player. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. Mr. B, what do you think?
Well, pretty much like what Simon was saying there. I mean, I could see that with us. No pride. Where's the passion in our players? You know, it's the same with them. And I thought, you know, actually Chelsea have not played really great in the Premier this season. And yeah, they have won games and they've been, you know, unbeaten. But I didn't see actually. Though Simon might disagree, but have you ever seen a great performance since the start of this season, Simon?
Bro, I haven't seen a great performance from this team in ages. Even that you mentioned the Club World Championship. The reason why we played so well against PSG is because no fucker expected us to win. So there was no pressure there. So we just like, all right, if we're going to lose, we might as well lose. Oh, it turns out we played actually quite good. So it was just because the thing is, this is the problem when you. Because I always make this analogy about Chelsea is because you got certain players that will be there, like Reece James and Palmer. But the problem I don't like about the way they do this at the moment is always 12 players in, 15 players in, then 12 or 15 out. So if you're trying to build building a football team is like building a house, you need foundations. But if you've only got like the 4 cornerstones of the house and nothing else, being Palmer or James or Sanchez, whatever 3 or 4 players you think the starts at Chelsea, but then you continuously change everything else around. Look at our striker situation. We spent 325 million in the summer, and all we did was change 2 strikers.
Well, João Pedro's good. I've got to admit, I think he's great.
No, he's great. We needed more than that. Like, we got one of our best centre backs injured out for most of the season, and we didn't find anyone to replace him. And people say about Diassi, where's he? Because if obviously Colwell's injured, we need someone to take this douchebag's place. So who's going to step in? Some of the stuff that this board does is suicidal. I'm not sure how they work it.
You know, to be fair, you got really good defence as well, like Cucurella and everyone like that. You know, I mean, really, you should be doing better than that, man. You know, with what you got there.
With our defence, even though we have the players for a 5 at the back system, the way that he does, like Enzo Mascarate does the system, like he always leaves the 2 wide centre backs exposed 1-on-1 to wingers, and that's why we always get punished by crosses and wide play. That's why everyone always counters us, because you can isolate yourself against the centre backs, and that's the problem. And that's why when we get caught in transition, he always looks so bad.
What do you think about this game?
Look at the Bayern game. We gave the ball away to Gusto. He had no one to pass to, so he had to try and pass back, and he ended up passing it to Harry Kane. Was it Gusto? I can't remember now.
Yeah, because you lost to Bayern as well, didn't you? Lost to Bayern as well, but that was always going to be tough, Bayern, anyway, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Well, he played better against Bayern than he did against United, I'll tell you.
What do you make of Reece James?
What, me? What do I make of Reece James?
Yeah.
Well, if this guy's not going to starting games week in, week out, sell him. Because I don't understand. We've been doing this guy for this guy for nearly a season, in, out. Sometimes he starts on the bench, sometimes he doesn't come on at all. And I'm not being funny with the way Enzo uses his tactics, Mascara. Like the Brentford game, we had Fofana at right back, didn't we? With two right backs.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. It wasn't a great lineup to start with, was it? To be honest, but I quite give us a chance. But again, we fucked it up.
Fofana's injury prone anyway, and his fitness is a liability as far as I'm concerned, because this guy's made of glass, and you went into bottom him down the right hand side covering this. Are you crazy? Did anyone see the way this guy was defending against United? Oh my lord!
Yeah, but I was surprised. I thought Chelsea would win this because United are in such a mess. I thought, surely a Chelsea win here, but you didn't look great either. So I thought, I don't know. I mean, United would be happy now, though, be buoyant, wouldn't they, with all this? And now they've got us now who in fucking terrible form. Because that was pathetic, our performance. So I'm not looking forward to it now, this game. I was at one stage, but looking how we are now, I'm not so sure, man. And I'm not so sure Keith Andrews is the right one as our manager now.
You know what? I think it's with our actual record, that actual BGG ultimately it's so dreadful. If you guys can even nick it against us. You never know, man. Especially you guys at home.
We got a quick update from Manny that PSG's Luis Enrique wins the men's Johan Cruyff trophy for the best coach. I think that's fully deserved. The way he's transformed this PSG team, I think, is amazing.
That's who I wanted as Chelsea manager, Luis Enrique.
He had a bunch of arrogant players he had a bunch of arrogant players who weren't winning like the Champions League and stuff like that, and he's fully built this whole squad where they've actually got players who really want to compete for trophies, and they don't have an arrogant squad full of stars anymore. So, I think Dembele as well has proved himself. Kvaratskhelia as well was a really good signing. So Luis Enrique,
he's class.
Have to give him some plaudits.
He is, yeah.
Wolfgang.
John.
Big up, John.
Big up, John.
United fan, look. Yeah.
Hello, lad.
So yeah, Harry, have you given your thoughts on this game?
Oh yeah, I think this game was won for Man United and lost for Chelsea inside the first 4 minutes. To be fair, obviously when Sanchez got that red card, would have been interesting if Mbeumo scored there and you know it was still 11 at the time because after 4 minutes it's quite a long time to hold on to a lead. So I mean, yeah, it would have been interesting if Sanchez stayed on the pitch, but United went a goal up. Would the game have been different? Who knows? But yeah, it's a good win for United. I agree that they didn't play at their best. You know, it wasn't pretty to watch, but they got the job done. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting when they play Brentford away. Obviously, Mbeumo could come back to the G-Tech.
Yeah. Should probably score a hat-trick, Harry. Yeah. Probably score a hat-trick and stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if he scores a hat-trick. And yeah, well, yeah, I still think Chelsea will do all right this season. I think it's just one game really where they just didn't play well at all. You know, and that red card definitely didn't help them after the first 4 minutes. But yeah, good win in the end for United.
Yeah, 100%. Big up to yourself, John. Ladamus.
In the game. The lineup we put out, I understood it, I guess, because if United's only real threat is their pace on the counter attack. So dropping Tosin, who, even though he's tall, he's immobile, to bring in Fofana and have him and Chalobah up against their pace on the counter. Fine, I guess that makes sense. United start out rightly and onto us, and then Chalobah fails to battle against Sesko up in the air. But, you know, I've been talking for years about how bad this guy is. He's not a good centre-back, but for some reason my fan base seems to rate him, and people call him a world-class centre-back, and he starts for these top 6 sides. The guy is awful. So he plays us into danger. And then Sanchez hesitates coming off his line, comes off it and just wipes out Mbeumo for no reason and gets sent off. Maresca then taking off Esteval for Jorgensen to come on. I wouldn't have done that. I don't like it. However, most managers are sacrificing the young kid in that situation. So I guess fair enough. But then in the same substitution window, you're also taking off Neto. Like, you're taking off our only like pacey attacking players. You're taking off our width, and then you bring on Tosin to form basically a back 5, because, you know, he said after the game he wanted to defend with a 5 to handle United attacking with a 5, which is just stupid because United are just so poor. And our only like wide attacking players, our only width is Reece, who's not quick anymore, and Cucurella, who can't really like beat and get past the man. It doesn't make sense. What I would have done, I would have taken off one of Chalobah or Fofana and just played that back 3 of Reese, Fofana, and Cucurella, and just have Esteval and Neto act as our wingers / wingbacks. Because he's done that before in previous games where we've played with a man down. He did it against Newcastle towards the back end of the season, for example, when we played with a man down. We've done it before and still looked good. So I don't get the whole, I don't get why, for some reason, he, panicked. And then Palmer coming off, fine. Apparently he's had a groin injury that he's been carrying since the Club World Cup. But if Palmer's, not 100% fit anyway, he should have been the one to get sacrificed for the red card. You should have taken him off. That way you keep on Esteval and Neto and João Pedro, and then we carry some sort of a threat with United. Because if he had just done that, and then we just weather the storm for another 5-10 minutes, United would have just fizzled out, and then we could have then grown into the game, and we would have been fine. Because we saw it once it got to 10v10, United showed nothing. They regressed back into their shell. But by that point, we had no attacking players on the pitch bar João Pedro. So it was useless. Enzo Fernandez has been not good this season. Yes, he's been getting goals, but in the performances, he's not really been good. How he played another 90, I don't know. I think it's crazy. But yeah, I think as much as I'm annoyed and I'm angry about Sanchez and Chalobah, those two quick substitutions that Maresca made just kind of killed the game for us, which is frustrating because we've been in situations where we've been down to 10 men before a few times under him, and he's not panicked like this. So I don't know what the hell clicked, what changed. He's not a defensive or pragmatic manager, so I don't know what happened there. But our recruitment, we the first half of the window was actually but after the Club World Cup, not getting a goalkeeper, we needed a centre back anyway to partner Cole, and then Cole gets injured, and now we're seeing now our defense. The defensive structure with Maresca is fine, but in terms of the actual individuals in it, Sanchez is the worst goalkeeper in this league, and he has been for a number of years. There's a reason why he was third choice at Brighton. Well, Chelsea fans got gas and thought he was good because, he's better than Kepa. Chalobah is an awful centre-back, one of the worst in this league. He has nothing about him. He's 6'3", but he can't win headers in the air. He's weak. He's not quick. He can't play on the ball. He has no real outstanding attribute other than passing and desire. He's one of the worst products Cobham have ever produced, alongside Conor Gallagher. He shows nothing. For some reason, Chelsea fans rate him because he's from Cobham. If Chalobah was available in the market right now, no Chelsea fan would want him because he shows no real outstanding attribute. At least with Tosin, at least he can pass at the back and he's tall. But at least he offers something, whereas Chalobah offers nothing. And Chalobah is also blocking the pathway for Achimpong to actually play in the team. Because with Tosin, if Cole was fit, Tosin wouldn't be playing as much, but Chalobah would still be starting in this team. So I then go back to recruitment because we've been ownership have been trying to sell Chalobah for 3 years. We loaned him out last summer to Crystal Palace, where he was their worst player. He wasn't good when he played, and he barely played for them. Just for him to get, just for Chelsea to recall him, because we had defensive worries, and then Palace go on and win the FA Cup and have a brilliant second half of the season. We're going into it. This is meant to be a season where we're supposed to try and close the gap, but it looks like I don't see how we can actually sustain a real challenge now with these guys defensively at the back. And Maresca called out for centre back reinforcements when Cole, after the Palace game, he said that he wanted defensive reinforcements, but we'll see. And this fan base said, why does Maresca think the solution is just spending money to try and figure it out himself? Lo and behold, we went to the Allianz Arena in Munich with Tosin, who we got on a free, and Chalobah, who's from our academy, that we've been trying to sell for 3 years, and then Sanchez, who was the worst goalkeeper in this league. And what the goals we conceded against Bayern, who weren't good by the way against us. The goals we conceded against Bayern were mistakes. Own goal from Chalobah. Caicedo wrestling with Kane, which is just dumb. And then the third goal is just poor playing out back. Just dumb players all around. Wherever people may seem to think of like Maresca and stuff, fine. But if you still have dumb players, what more do you actually expect? And for people who want him gone, I then go and look at the board. Do you guys trust the board to get any better manager than Maresca? Because they've appointed 3 managers in Potter, Poch, and Maresca is the best one. So I don't then trust them to go find a better manager than Maresca. I don't trust them to do that. Also, this plan that they have, until these players start getting to a level where we're ready to go and push on and challenge and get a top manager, we need a good coach that can actually develop them, which we currently have. We didn't have that with Potter, because regardless of what England fans thought of Potter, he is not good. He's not good at all.
No, that's really true.
Pochettino was getting to the end with Spurs and was horrific at PSG. But people didn't notice that at PSG because people blamed Messi and Neymar and Mbappe to why Poch couldn't seem to just do anything. He's an awful coach, and you're seeing
just
that
saying it out loud as well just proves how crazy of a team that actually is. Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar.
Yeah, I don't know. With Chelsea, like I guess it is what it is. We'll finish like 4th, maybe 3rd, and like we'll win a trophy and stuff. But in terms of this pushing to be able to challenge in terms of in the league, where it's probably going to take like another year or 2, because it's about like waiting for certain players, and we have solutions, but these players are out abroad, which I'd rather have Penders and Anselmino and Mamadou Sarr, who are out on loan, in this team because they're better than Sanchez and Chalobah and Tosin, but whatever. I don't know. Is what it is. It's just frustrating because the guys that I've been talking about not being good are the same ones that sold us out against Man United. Because as much as ultimately it is Maresca's fault for like selling the game to 2 subs, if Sanchez doesn't clatter and Buemo, he doesn't get sent off. And if Chalobah, our most experienced centre back in our team, this guy who played with Thiago Silva, and Silva said he's this amazing guy, this guy that every Chelsea fan seems to rate, if Chalobah was able to win a header against Sesko, or at least put off Benjamin Sesko, then we don't result in Sanchez having to get sent off, which results in Maresca making 2 stupid decisions. So, but whatever, we'll go and see. Against Liverpool, it's going to get dark because they will just target Sanchez and target Chalobah. And even the substitution, the suspension that Sanchez has, it's against Lincoln making a Carabao Cup. So he's still going to keep playing in the league. Which then, at this point, if he starts against Brighton at the weekend, now it's just on Maresca because, like, what are we doing? Why does he still have to keep playing? What the hell's going on? Why do we still have to keep setting ourselves up to a disadvantage? People can say that they don't rate Jorgensen, but he is a better goalkeeper than Sanchez. And fine, the bar is not high, but, you know, I'd rather sleep in a house with no insulation than sleep outside. You know, like, give me something, at least. Give me something. So, I don't know. I guess that's all I have to say. Man United fans, like, fair enough, they can be happy about the result. But, like, in the long term, it just prolongs the inevitable with Amorim. Man United still looked bad against us, especially when you guys also then went down to 10 men and we had no attacking players basically on the field and you guys still looked bad. So, like I guess it's happy for you guys to get a win, but in the long term, what does that like truly mean? You're not going to build on it and beat Brentford, so you're not going to win back-to-back games in the Prem. And this manager will get sacked before winning back-to-back games in the Prem. Like, it's baffling football fans nowadays have this affiliation with backing failing managers. Consistently backing failing managers. It's awful. Chelsea fans backing Poch, a failing manager. Chelsea fans backed Potter, a failing manager. Chelsea fans backed Lampard, a failing manager. United fans backing Amorim, a failing manager. Arsenal fans backing Arteta, a failing manager. It's so weird. So weird. But I don't know. That's I guess that's all I have to say.
Yeah, 100%. A great analysis there, Latimus. Hats off to you. John, do you want to leave your thoughts just real quick? Because we do have to move on.
Yeah, I'll be very quick. Thanks for having me on here. Yeah, I think it's a good win for us. The problem is we can't be consistent. We just won this game, but are we going to go to Brentford and absolutely smash them? I don't think we are, but let's hope we do. But I just can't see it. I don't know why Ruben Amorim is being so... he's insistent. He's not changing nothing, but you can see things are not... They're not working, so something's got to change. He's playing Bruno as an 8. He should be as a 10. Because he's been starved. We would probably have scored more goals if he was playing as 10. But of course, we got Mbumo and Cunha, which is there now for the 10 role. Sesko's not getting any service, so he's not scoring yet. It's just a whole mess, really. I think the first half was pretty good until Casemiro got sent off. I think that game was won in that. I didn't see Chelsea, as bad as we were in the second half, I just didn't see Chelsea scoring a second goal. But yeah, I don't know I could be here all day talking about both clubs, but yeah, we ain't got time. So
yeah, big up to yourself. Brighton 2, Spurs 2. This is a big result for Brighton.
We're finally talking about our feeder club.
Thomas Frank. God.
You know how rich we've made Brighton? They should be grateful, man.
Charlton. It's Charlton now, isn't it?
Harry,
we're Chelsea and Hove Albion now.
With you. Harry, what do you think?
Yeah,
I think
I think on another day, if you know some of the goals were sort of defended it a little bit better in this game, could have ended 0-0. Yeah, you know, that's not to say there weren't many chances in this game. I think the goals happened a little too easy for some of them. I think for Brighton's second goal, I think Bakara gets a hand to it. You know, it's a great finish from Iori from outside the box, but I think similar to Spurs' first goal that they get, I think the Bruggen should do better with it, and obviously they concede with an own goal, and then through Van Hecke as well. So yeah, and it's quite funny actually. You can see he sort of falls on his knees as if he's knee sliding for that goal, but no. I think Brighton were definitely taking a point before the game. It's just obviously the manner in which it's happened. Them, you know, going 2 goals up and ultimately losing the lead in the end. You know, 2 points dropped from at home, which but no, overall still a decent result for them. I think it's a relatively good side in Spurs.
Yeah, 100%. I've seen a lot of Tottenham fans now complaining about Vicario. So, Mr. B.
Yeah, it's a great game. This I really enjoyed this one. It's good to see a few goals, and you do seem to get them. I mean, especially with Brighton. I mean, I thought they would really struggle. You know, losing a lot of their good players this season. I think they've got quality there still. That Minter. I would take him at the Brentford. You know, the Bees. I really would. Minter. I think he's quality.
I
just don't know why.
That's quite weird because he's quite a good player, and he's still no one's chatting about him.
Yeah, nobody else has gone for him. I'm really shocked about that. I wish we'd gone for him. Really, I don't know how much he costs, but You know, I think he's trying breaking the bank because I think he's quality, man. But yeah, I think it's good. I think Frank will be happy. I suppose he got a point out of it. Our former manager, I probably wish we had back right now after what happened the other day. But unfortunately, he's there. But a good result for Spurs. But Brighton, I think, also good for them. I think they're still going to be up probably mid-table or something this season. They will be up there challenging for maybe Europe or something. You never know. I think they're a very good team, though.
Yeah, 100%. Manny says Brighton will look back on this as 2 points dropped. Spurs had a lot of the possession, but Brighton were the better team.
They were there.
100%.
Arsenal women are the women's team of the year. Congratulate champions of Europe. Yeah.
Well done.
What are they women's team of the year? We went domestically unbeaten in 3 competitions at home. What? What? No. What? They won 1 competition in the ladies and we won like the rest of them without being defeated and they get the trophy. No, man.
Barcelona's Ewa Pajor wins the women's award, and the Arsenal former sporting forward Victor Gyökeres wins men's award for goal scoring.
Not doing it at Arsenal, are you?
I think that's deserved, to be fair.
The ceremony is playing tributes to former Manchester United striker Dennis Law and Liverpool midfielder Diego Jota.
Great players, both of them, legends.
Big up Wolfgang. So yeah, I mean, for me, from a Brighton perspective, they're going to be very, very disappointed with this. I think Brighton did look like the better side, but yeah, I mean, Brighton, I think, needs to start picking themselves up a little bit more now, trying to get back into how they usually are. But I think they're an amazing team, and I think that they can go quite far. So, Latimus?
Yeah, I just like. I mean, this is Spurs, so there's nothing much they can. The Spurs will finish 5th because it looks like they're better than like the rest. But this playing 2 games a week is going to hit them until they get knocked out in the round of 16 by like an Inter Milan or something. So yeah, I don't know. I think with Spurs, what's going to be interesting is next season, because this since Poch has left them, the trend is they get a manager, they sign all these cool new players, they go on a good run, things start to break apart a little bit, certain players got injured, and then their squad depth gets tested, and they start falling apart, and then everyone blames the manager and says the manager's not good enough, or he's a fraud, or he's finished. That's why I don't buy into the whole Ange is a bad manager thing, because people said the same thing about Conte, and Conte's just won the Serie A. I don't buy into this thing that Ange is bad. It's Spurs. They just don't have a good squad at all. I'm buying Kudus. I rate Kudus, but this guy's inconsistent. Xavi Simons, let's see how he truly adapts to this league. But even with that, their depth isn't good. Even they're 11, they still don't have a quality striker.
That's what I was going to ask Harry, actually. I was going to say to him, how does he feel that Richarlison, because he looks like that's Thomas Frank's man at the minute, leading the line for the rest of the season, because there's no Son anymore, or anyone like that. So who's the talisman now at Spurs?
That's the thing for Spurs, isn't it? I don't really think they have a clinical goal scorer. I think ever since we lost Kane, I think they've really struggled to find that replacement. To be fair, I mean, and yeah, like you say, Wolfie, who is going to, you know, is it going to be Richarlison? Is it going to be Simmons? You know, I think they're a good team, Spurs, but I think yeah, they are 100% lacking that, you know, that big clinical striker up front, which is going to get them into the say top 4 positions.
Time will tell.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Brighton are always all right though as well. Just flipping it to Brighton, they're always all right. Somehow they've just got that, not dodginess, but they've just got that. They just seem to have that luck, regardless of who they sell and who they buy. They just seem to always be okay with Brighton.
Selling and buying players, I think they're amazing. Yeah,
Definitely one of the best in the world.
Mr. B. Okay, John.
I think he's laughed so hard he's pulled his headset out.
Yeah, I think I didn't see this game, but I think Spurs will be happy with the point. I think Brighton will be won't be happy that they let the 2 goals lead go, but I think Brighton, they're doing better than I thought they were going to do this season, because they had a huge result against Manchester City, and they look okay. I think they could do quite well this season. They should be in the top 10, I reckon. Spurs look okay, but I still think, I don't know. Spurs are just, I think they're going to struggle once they start with all these midweek Champions League games. I think they're going to struggle with that, but I don't think they're going to do as bad as they did last season. But yeah, I think I can't think of anything else. But yeah.
Are you a Spurs fan?
No, I'm a United fan.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I had a question about Spurs.
Wolfie.
Well, like I was just saying a minute ago, it all depends on how it works out for Spurs now, don't they? Because even though, like Prime was saying, even though Big Ange got the blame for last season, it wasn't really all Ange's fault. He had some big injuries for a long time. I don't know. Is it fair to say that Spurs are that team in transition? New manager, he's going to have a lot more rugged philosophy than, say, most. Because he's going to be very tactical, is Thomas Frank. He's going to tweak and tinker a lot. So, yeah. The only thing I'll say about Spurs this year is when they had a more set 11 over the last 2 years, it seems to be getting picked apart. Now, I know you guys have taken in Son, left out Son, and obviously you bring in Kudos and all that. But like Prime said, Kudos is inconsistent. Is he a Son? Not really. Is Richarlison good enough to lead the line for you guys through a European campaign? Xavi Simons, like Prime said, needs to adapt. Who else have they got? Because other than like 3 or 4 names, I can't really think of like any Tottenham player that stands out. And that's not a disrespect, right? But it's just I can just see these. I don't know. There's a lot of players in that Tottenham squad that are going to have to step up because of what happened last season, and now you're actually going to see the mettle of the squad that you've got. So it'll just be a mentality thing. I think time will tell on that one. In terms of Brighton are just doing what Brighton have always done. Like they always give big teams a game. Well, us, United. Right, obviously with Spurs as well, they gave him that. So they've always found a way to like be competitive. I think Brighton would be a top 10 team as always, probably about 8th or 9th. But Spurs, I don't know, man. If they get into a rut like you guys did last season, I think you guys could end up bottom 10 again. But it depends, because if all your players get in and out of injury, like how they were last season, I don't see how you're going to really do any better than what you did last season. And that goes for us as well, by the way, with Chelsea, because we've started with this injury things in and out as well now with our players. So it brings the level. Like, there's no balance. I don't know. I just have to see with all new projects, the Thomas Frank project at Spurs, and I just have to see. But yeah, but Brighton, on Brighton's side, they still got some of their good, better players. They still got Dunk, they still got Katama, and they've added 1 or 2. See how it goes.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Mr. B.
I'd already said about this one, mate. I already said earlier.
I've gone to everyone then, yeah.
Yeah.
PSG is the men's team of the year. The only choice already. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
delighted to hear the support for Ange. He finished 5th in his first season without Harry Kane, so he's not a bad manager as some haters think he is. Frank has done well, but it's still too soon. Invest in women's sports. When we do that, all of us benefit.
Ange is right about that.
I think it was a bit unfair actually with sacking Ange when he won their first trophy since like 2009 or something.
Yeah.
So I think it was a bit unfair to sack him without giving him a chance this season. If it was going wrong, then yeah, maybe you sack and bring in Thomas Frank. But yeah,
I don't think that's unfair. Like, to be fair, he should have walked instead of being sacked. But regardless, him going is not unfair. But I just think this thing of like all of a sudden he's horrible when a year ago everyone was praising how brilliant he was doing at Spurs. Like, the people not notice all these managers that are good that go to Spurs and things fall apart, and then they leave and then they end up doing good again. Like, the common denominator is Spurs. Jose, who won a trophy everywhere he's gone, went to Spurs, didn't win a trophy, got them to a final, got sacked 6 days before said final, left, went to Fenerbahce and got them to 2 European finals back to back.
Yeah, they seem happy with it. They're happy
went to Spurs, got them fourth season. Second season, didn't get back, things fell apart. Went to Napoli and won them the Serie A ahead of Inzaghi's Inter Milan. McTominay, who was a laughingstock in this league, was Serie A Player of the Year. He just finished 18th on the Ballon d'Or list. Like, people need to look at that. It's not just these managers. Maybe it's just Spurs. Because the next year people are going to be talking about Frank, that Frank's not actually that good. He came from Brentford. Like, people are going to be ripping Ange the same way next year, or ripping Frank the same way next year. So,
yeah.
Tottenham.
Next up, Liverpool 2, Everton 1. We'll start with Mr. B.
Yeah, I actually thought I don't know. I thought Everton might do something here because they're in good form and looking very good. I think they'll probably be at least mid-table or a bit higher this time. Everton, Chuck E. Cheese is doing well. Playing well. But yeah, I think Everton are going really well. But Liverpool, yeah, probably one of their better performances actually, because they've been sometimes winning without playing well, haven't they? But you know, they're champions, and they're champions for a reason. So they just seem to keep winning and churning out these results. And got Isak to come in when he's properly fit. So it's going to get even worse for other teams, isn't it? They've got no chance now. You know, Arsenal can't get results winning. You know, getting points and whatever, drawing, but you know they keep going back and away from them, and City as well. So you know it's going to be tough now. I think Liverpool could have it all their own way again this season. I really do. I mean, who's going to stop them at the moment? Well, I want to know.
Yeah, 100%. Liverpool, excellent side. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who's going to stop them this season, which is why I think that they'll win the league again. They was able to, I think, bring in more players to add to their already brilliant squad. Of course, Wirtz hasn't been what people thought he would be, but give him time, because I'm telling you, Wirtz will be absolutely amazing, I think, for Liverpool. Just wait until he fits into their system, gets himself into the Premier League, gets started, and he will be an amazing player, I think, for Liverpool. So that was another great addition for him. Of course, they brought in Alexander Isak as well. But what confuses me is how he's going to get in with Ekitike as well. So I
think Ekitike can keep Isak out at the minute, because have you seen how many goals that guy's been scoring?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why? I don't understand.
I don't think it's a cert that Isak gets into that team straight away. I don't. Why would you? If you're Slot, why would you break something that's a winning formula? Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, what I thought was that Liverpool just signed him so no one else could get him, to be honest. But
we might have done that. Actually,
Isak's just better.
Yeah, but why? I don't understand why they signed Isak when they had Ekitike, who scored like 3 goals in 3 games.
Having squad depth.
But Isak's one of the best strikers in the Prem.
But
exactly. So what's wrong with having the depth?
One of them got to get benched, and
They
one of them's not
splashed.
gonna be
They
happy.
splashed like how much? Like 80 million on Ekatike.
Exactly.
Bro,
And that's
they've got
quality-
the greatest record transfer twice in one window.
That's
Yeah.
quality depth.
Yeah, because Newcastle wanted Ekatike, and then and Liverpool wanted Isak, and because
Yeah, exactly.
Newcastle refused to sell Isak, they said, right, we're going to hijack Ekatike and sign him.
I just don't
If
see-
you're not going to sell us Isak, you're not going to get Ekatike, and then they ended up getting both. But I still don't see why they signed both, given
Yeah.
that.
I don't see the complaints. It's quality depth.
Yeah, but they're
I don't see
two
what-
world-class
It's
players.
quality depth, but it's a bit confusing.
Okay,
Why you
okay,
would
They're
have
both going to start
no,
moaning at some point.
Yeah,
So don't
it's,
think
exactly. It's quality
no.
depth, but one of
It's-
them's going to get
no.
unhappy.
I mean, Ekatike is not world class. Not yet, anyway.
No, but
But
that's not the
regardless,
point. Though, is
quality-
it? We're not talking about who's world
regardless-
class or not. We're talking about does it make sense?
It does make sense because it's quality depth. I don't get the complaint.
But if you're going to play
It's
Isak,
not a complaint. We're just
when
talking about.
Ekatike.
Why can't we just talk about it?
Ekatike has been scoring, so if he gets benched and then they start playing Isak, and then maybe Isak's going to start scoring as well and score loads of goals. But eventually, Ekatike is going to say, "Why am I just here to sit on the bench? I'm not happy."
Yeah,
And
80 mil for a
then you
bench warmer. I don't
and
think
then
so.
you-
That's unheard of.
Then you fight your way back into the team.
You have them both up front. Yeah,
Again,
both
I
up
don't-
front. Salah
Again,
as
I
well.
don't-
Him to the back
And
of
three
the
up
team,
front.
he's already playing
Make
well.
it work.
You know, three up front. If we Salah as well, those two and Salah. When you that what strikeful's that be, you know.
Again, I don't get the complaint. Like, it's a good thing having the quality depth Liverpool have in their forward. I don't think that's a bad thing. The bad thing is that their defensive depth at centre back isn't actually that good, or isn't as that.
Oh, yeah, they
it's
can't
not
defend
deep.
for nothing.
It's not as deep. However, Slot is a brilliant. Slot is a brilliant coach, and he will figure it out. And even though Liverpool may not have started the season great in terms of performances, they've won 5 out of 5 in all comps. And right now, no one else is better than them. Them not being that good is still better than the other teams that are supposed to be challenging against them. So,
look at Burnley. At Burnley, they somehow still beat Burnley, didn't they? Burnley nearly held on for a point there, you know. That was amazing.
Winning games when we're not playing their best. That's what Liverpool are doing right now.
That's what Manchester United used to do back in the day with Alex Ferguson. He would find a way to win a game. He would put on. I saw a video the other week on Instagram where he was saying that he would throw loads of attackers on and up front, and he said you might lose the game by doing that, but if you win it, it's 3 points. And so many times he did it, and it worked. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Good. So Haaland and Mbappe, cool.
It's not the same scenario because Isak and Ekatike are not the same level as Haaland and Mbappe. Also, Haaland and Mbappe play in different positions. Mbappe's a left winger and Haaland's a striker.
So what position does the TK play? What's his natural position? Is a 10 or a 9?
He's a false 9.
I think it's probably a 9 for Isak, isn't it? Oh, sorry, no, I was talking about Ekatike game. My bad.
Well, maybe you can accommodate both, but you still got to drop someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there was talk of. I heard someone talking about Gakpo and Ekatike sharing that position, but because apparently Ekatike can play there, but I don't know.
Well, how good was it? How good is he? Well, okay, I need to see Ekatike wide because that's not. If he's playing as a 10 and being or a false 9 in his natural position, then he's not going to be happy with being put wide, is he? That ain't going to make up. That's not his game.
Well, then that's on Slot to figure out. But in terms of the depth, it's quality depth.
I hear that.
Because no one else in the league has the quality attacking that Liverpool has.
Exactly, and that's why I think Liverpool are going to win the Premier League again. We just got way too much depth.
Yeah, there's no way that anyone's stopping Liverpool this season. I mean, Rio Ferdinand said if they sign Isak, it's lights out for the Premier League for the rest of the team.
Well, hang on a minute. Lights out. They haven't needed Isaac so far because everyone else.
Well,
is
no, they
making
haven't exactly, and that's the scariest.
They ain't even used him yet, as far as I know. A few minutes.
That's the scariest part. They've got him to come in.
He played against somebody the other day. He played, didn't he? He's played. Started in one of the games, didn't he?
No, he come on off the bench, didn't he?
Yeah, he might come on. I don't know.
Champions League, maybe.
He wasn't really fit, is he? He's not properly fit yet, I don't think. So, when he gets fit, though. Well, look at what they do in January. If they get Gahey in and whatever, and people like that, they really have got it, haven't they? They really have got this league, you know. Well, Sean Kearney's, man.
I forgot they tried to sign Gahey as well. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Gahey, I don't think Palace can hold. There's no way. I think January he goes to Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, he'll sign for Liverpool.
He'll stay in January because it's a World Cup year. He wants guarantees that he's going to play, so he's not going to risk going to Liverpool just for the title. But he might not play the minutes. They got on the plane for England, so
that's
a good point there.
That is a good point. Yeah,
because Konate is better than him. So unless Konate is injured, he doesn't start for Liverpool.
Yeah. We'll get back onto this game now. Wolfie, what do you think? Liverpool 2, Everton 1.
Well, we've spoken a lot about Liverpool, so you know what? I'm going to change the emphasis. I'm going to talk about Everton. I think they'll do all right. They were very competitive with Liverpool the other day. They had like 9 shots on target. Well, 9 shots, and I think they got 3 or 4 on target. So they were competing with Liverpool. And at times, Liverpool's own silliness almost cost them because you can see there's a mistake in this Liverpool team, but everyone's talked about what slots. I think Moyes, he's going to do what he did with Everton before. He's going to make them difficult to beat, tactically very adept. He's going to make them rugged. He's going to make them organised. I think Everton will do all right. If they can start climbing up the table again, like getting out of relegation fights every season and start like maybe getting towards the 15th to 10th and slowly start working their way up again, because I think Moyes has changed. They don't look as soft as they did last season and the season before. There's a steel about them. I think they're going to cause teams problems, and they normally do cause us a problem when we play them, Everton. So I think they're going to be all right this year. I don't think see them being relegated. On Liverpool, just have my little 5 pence worth. It'll depend how the balance is, because if Ekitike is not a natural wide player and he put him wide and he doesn't quite do the job. For me, Liverpool need a pressing forward. Liverpool have always needed a pressing forward for the players they've got, and I don't see Isaac pressing. Ekitike has. You've seen him close down and get in people's faces, but I think right now, and on the whole Isaac him debate, if they change right now, I think they'll lose more than they'll gain right now because of the way the team's playing. The team's settled already, This guy's there. Ekitike looks like he's been there for a while, just like how Mr. B said about João Pedro for us earlier. He looks like he's been there for a while already. He doesn't look new. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He's bang on it. So, but in terms of them winning the league, I wouldn't be surprised if they did win the league quite comfortably. Look at how much they spent. So, it's not like they didn't buy unknown players, did they? They went for names and they went ham. So they went hard. So, you know what I mean? They bought from big teams. They bought big name players. So, yeah. They're pretty much doing what they accused Man United, City, and Chelsea of doing, but now they've done it. It's all right. So next time, you fucking do, you lying bastards, because you do now.
Hypocritical.
No, not really, because I know they said about
shit.
We're just going to move on quickly now.
This game.
Yeah.
I think you can start.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I think of this, bro. I'm fucking annoyed, mate.
I didn't
actually pathetic. Absolute shit fucking pathetic performance from Brentford. Really bad. And I thought the Forest one was bad, but this oversees it, it exceeds it, and it's fucking terrible how bad we were. And I just don't know what's happened. We sort of take one step forward and then take more back again. I'm still not sure Keith Andrews is right for this. I really don't. I mean, I didn't really want him there to begin with. When he came in, I thought I'd back him and see what happens. But now I'm still not certain about him, and I don't, he's not really a proper manager, is he? He's a set piece coach, and what he's doing here is just, and it's too late. He's not proactive. He's reactive all the time. He's like Frank was as well. Even Frank was like that at time. But this guy is no Thomas Frank. He fucking isn't. And we've got to do something now.
Do you think you guys getting rid of all your forwards will cost you, Mr. B? Because you got rid of virtually all of them, didn't you?
Well, yeah, man. I mean, when you lose people like that with all those goals that got us goals, it is going to harm us. But at the end of the day, we're supposed to have got new ones in. We're supposed to replace them, and we haven't actually replaced Fisher yet. We didn't fucking replace him at all in that transfer window. We should have done. And it was poor. All we got in was fucking Reece Nelson and that. Okay, we got Watara. He's a great player. I think he is a great signing. I really do. I really thought Kelleher was going to be a really good keeper, but he don't look a number one to me. He looks like he's used to being number two behind fucking Anderson.
All people for years, Kelleher is not good. All people for years,
I just don't know what's wrong with him. Okay, he does all right for his country, but
he does not.
He's a free shit, mate. And then
for my country.
And Collins as well, man. He was fucking shit as well. He's our captain, and he looked really, really terrible. And I just don't know. Only for me, like Damsgaard and that, were only our best player, and maybe I don't know Watara when he come on. I mean, nobody else done anything special. We all looked like we didn't want it. As you said earlier, Simon. Where's the passion? Where are you playing? I mean. I know it's Keith Andrews, but you still got to play for him. He's still another manager. You still got to fucking turn up and stand up and go over that white line and produce something. And we didn't do it. We were poor. We were kind of like...
Not nowadays. Sorry, these guys are too soft at heart, bro. Because the only difference between professional footballers now compared to what me and Mr. B are talking about is nowadays, back in the day, you had to want to play football to play football. You had to work a part-time job or whatever else while you did it, and you had to have passion for the game. Now you get these guys that sit there and they're, well, it's just a job. It's just, so why the fuck are you playing then? Go do something else. Put your heart into it, man. It's gone too professional. Does that make sense? These guys have stopped being players and started being athletes, and they throw their toys out of the pram when they're not happy. This last transfer, like all this crap, like, do you know what? It makes me laugh, right? I remember a time when, if someone Isaac would have been screaming to get out of Newcastle, and the Newcastle board would just turn around and said, "Shut the fuck up and sit down."
Yeah, they got no control now. The clubs have got no control over it. It's a players' game now. They got all the fucking control now. These players.
You know what, Mr. B? Thierry Henry said it the best, right? He said it, I was listening to him on the overlap about a week or so ago, or whenever it was. But he said the best thing, right? He said, when you watch a game now, no one fights for the shirt, not like how we used to. And he was like, and I think he was referring to City, Arsenal. I can't remember what he was referring to, but when we used to play, when we used to play Manchester United, he said, we hated them. We actively, not any reason other than the fact we were just trying to win. But when we hated them, the hatred was genuine. You know what I mean? We can't let Man United win. These guys are always trying to take trophies. We can't let them win. On the pitch is war. You know what I mean? Dean used to say it for Man United. Going onto the pitch is war. The war. You're not taking my trophies away from me. They don't have that sort of hunger nowadays. They don't have that sort of passion for the club. Oh, it's just a job.
No, there's nothing there, mate. It's like a job for us, and we get money for it. And who cares what happens? Nobody wants to play for their countries anymore.
It's like being a cashier at Tesco's, brother. You just go in, do your hours, come on.
Every little helps. Yeah, but it's just fucking terrible, man. I don't know where the game's going now. It's just it's like business now, really. What I think, but. No, it wasn't good, this. And fucking Harry Wilson, can somebody fucking shoot him or something? Because I've had enough of this guy. I mean, sorry, I know it's a bit extreme shooting him, but, but at the end of the day, I just can't stand the guy. He keeps scoring against us every freaking time. He scored 3 goals against us last season and scored another one here. I just don't know. But I just hate it.
They're not a bad team, Fulham. Like Marco Silva knows
Oh,
what he's
they're
doing.
good. They're a good team.
They've got decent players as well. It's not
They are
bad.
decent team, yeah, and fucking that Iwobi as well. He fucking scored against us as well.
Harry,
but,
what do you think of the game?
Yeah, I think it was a very good performance from Fulham. I think from the offset they looked like the team that was more likely going to pick up all 3 points in this one. Obviously Brentford's took the leads. You know, you could say against run up low from a Fulham mistake, but it was a cool finish from Damsgaard, and great player he is for the Bees. But I think for Fulham's second goal, it's a great, you know, sort of cross-field ball from Iwobi, and you know, I don't blame any of the Brentford players or any of the Brentford defenders for not reading that pass. That was an unbelievable pass to the end for Harry Wilson's goal, and yeah, all in all, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried for Brentford to be honest. You know, it hasn't been at all a great start to the season for them, to be fair. So yeah, I think questions definitely going to be asked.
Front line, Brentford. Whole front line's gone in. Bremu and Thingy we saw both went, didn't they? So that's a lot of firepower you guys let go. That's crazy.
The goals are fired out for Brentford.
Well, did we replace him properly? I'm not so sure. I mean, we got Ritara in. Well, that's quality. He's a quality player, I've got to admit. But we didn't do a lot else there. We didn't get a replacement for Visser either. You know, Bramo's gone, and what a player he was. I still have a lot of respect for that guy because he showed us respect, unlike fucking Visser, who I've got no respect for whatsoever. But you know, he shows massive respect, and Norgard. Shame we lost them, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't think we placed them well enough in a way. And even if you've got a novice manager that's really a set piece coach, you still need good players. You still really need really top players, and some of these ain't standing up, ain't good enough. Carvalho went missing yet again, invisible. Who else didn't do anything? I mean, even Henderson didn't do a lot this time, and a lot of the others, Lewis Potter, you know, they just went missing. Only Damsgaard, Ritara done anything going forward, you know. It's really pathetic. And if we play like this against even United will beat us, you know. United are going to beat us like this. And it could be back-to-back games prime, you know, for United. Back-to-back wins.
I'll be 2 games in a row for the United strand.
If United beat Brentford, then Amram won't get sacked this calendar year.
Yeah. But you know, we've got to do better than that. That performance was poor. Really was.
Yeah. John?
Yeah, I think Mr. B was saying about the manager. When I saw he was going to be their new manager, I was very surprised they didn't go for someone proven in the Premier League because I'm not sure on this guy because the results aren't coming. You didn't replace. You had great players. They've all now left, and Buma came to us.
Right.
You should have been replacing. You got the money, so I don't know why they didn't replace. I think it's a real worry for Brentford. I don't think Brentford's going to go down, but I don't know. They're going to be. I think you're going to be struggling and possibly fighting relegation. I think Fulham though they'll be okay. They look pretty good. So yeah.
Bon Mati has won a 3rd Ballon d'Or in a row.
I think that's deserved to be fair. He's a great player.
Yeah.
Crazy. Now we're just waiting for the men's one. But we will move on because we're an hour and 34 minutes in. Unless anybody's got any final things to Latimus, do you want to?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
talk a lot about your players and about Andrews. What do you think about your board?
I thought they were good at one stage. I thought they, Matthew Benham and everyone, I thought they were all good, But I'm not so sure now. They seem to always pull it out of the, cut out the fire and come back and do it again. But this time they might have fucked this up. Looking at it to me, I think they fucked this one up. And now we're in shit street, and maybe the guy's got to go. Really, we've done this with a guy called Dilkhausen a few years ago, a few seasons back. We got rid of him straight away. He was played about 2 or 3 games as manager, and he went. We got rid of him. So whether we do that with Andrews, probably not. I think we give him a few more games, I guess. And if he keeps fucking up, I think he's got to go. I really do. And I just hope it happens.
100%.
Well, does anyone think Fulham will end up this year?
Mid-table.
Top 10.
Around 10th, 11th, probably, I'd say, for Fulham.
Yeah, I would say that too, Harry. I think 10th, 11th, 12th, something around there.
Warren says it was a shambles for Brentford in which
Warren's correct. He's right.
Collins' performance, he was terrible.
Man's right.
He had no leadership and he's the captain. Yeah, 100%.
The man's right. He is right.
We're going to move on quickly. Sunderland 1, Aston Villa 1. Latimus?
No thoughts on it. Watch the game.
Okay. Harry?
Yeah, I think it's another disappointing result for Aston Villa. They scored their first goal of the season. I think it's a Reeve single. Probably should have saved it. It was a powerful strike from.
It was a
belter. It was a screamer, to be fair. But yeah, and then the defending for the Isidore goal for the Sunderland equaliser was a bit poor from Villa, and yeah, ultimately it hasn't really been a good start to the season for Villa. I mean, I'm sure we were all expecting them to be up there, sort of in around the sort of top 6 area at this stage, but I'm not sure what's happened. I mean, Ollie Watkins is if anyone's got him in their FPL, and he's killing their FPL because he's not performing so far this season out. But I'm sure he'd definitely take him back at Brentford, Steve. But no, he's not had a good start to the season. Villa are struggling so far, but I think they will come good. But yeah, just give it a couple more games. If it's still in this position, say like in 5 or 6 games, then they've definitely got a lot of stuff to worry about, and questions will be asked of them for sure.
100%. Manny says Aston Villa should be kicking themselves for dropping 2 points against a 10-man Sunderland. Easily the better team, but defensively they're switched off once again. Rodgers had a stinker and needs a rest. Yeah, 100%. Has anybody else got any thoughts on this game? Or
Well, can I just quickly chip in on the Aston Villa thing? Is it possible, because normally Unai Emery lasts about 2-3 years in each job he's been at, with maybe the exception of I think Valencia or Sevilla, maybe he might have been there for 3-4 years. Does anyone else think this might be the typical Unai Emery cycle, and he might get the sack soon? Because we're talking about team investment. Aston Villa didn't invest virtually nothing in their squad.
I don't think he's anywhere near the sack. I think he's done an excellent job at Villa to get them to where they are now.
Well, at the moment, where they are now is not very good, is it? They've been drawing.
As a team, they've gone into Europe and stuff like that.
So they won't get Europe games.
Yeah. Give him time, obviously. You can see what happens, but
yeah, just wait for him to turn it around. I think he'll turn it around.
I'll give Sunderland credit, man. I'll give them credit because they've done well here to come back. 10 man down, and old Xhaka, mate, Flair. Scored. With that header on.
Got the assist.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with.
We're going to need to replace Matty Cash at right back, find an attacking player, but defensively he's rubbish and cost the team.
Yeah, he kicked the guy. The other guy kicked him in the goodies, didn't he, Ronaldo? And he got sent off. Yeah.
Just stupid Reds.
Yeah. Don't blame him, to be honest. Hate Matty Cash. He's an arsehole. But yeah. But he is.
Fucking
no. Arsenal 1, Man City 1. Shambles. Mikel Arteta, man. You've got to go. I hate
it.
I mean, realistically, this is the sort of game where we're at home. We're against possibly quite a weak Man City side. And I feel like we should have... This is a game where you go into and you should be expecting, I think, 3 points. Judging from our last previous meetings against Man City, we should be getting 3 points in this game. But Mikel Arteta had different ideas with his team selection, playing 3 defensive midfielders in the midfield when we had Everett Eze on the bench, who was the only source of creativity with Martin Odegaard injured. So there was no creativity going forward. I think we kept playing the ball back. It was almost like watching Gareth Southgate's England all over again. Passes through the back. There was no, when we had chances to go forward, we didn't take them. And of course, the defensive struggles with the Haaland goal as well, with Gabriel and Saliba both not tracking back. And I think why we have to question Arteta, I think, about this as well, because I think Saliba shouldn't have started as well. Mosquera has been playing quite solid. He's kept 2 out of 3 clean sheets. There was no reason to rush back William Saliba. Why Arteta did that is beyond me, because I know it's a big game. I know, this would be a test for Mosquera, but why not play Mosquera is beyond me, to be honest with you. And also we've got Hincapié as well, who is also a class centre-back. So there was many options, I think, but Saliba shouldn't have started. And also the midfield was absolutely diabolical. Mikel Mourinho, why start him? Why was we playing defensive? It's Arteta's useless tactics again. So Arteta has to go, and I'm going to stick with that. He should have gone at the end of last season. He's not going to win us a trophy, and he won't even domestically. I don't think he's going to win us a trophy. He's a good project manager, but I don't see him as a winner. So I think as well, Madueke came off. I think there's a lot of people saying that it was an injury, but he was our best player in the first half. And that's just how low things have got. Madueke was our best player in the first half.
The player they signed not to sign. The petition with 5,000 names on it.
I
mean, don't get me wrong. I was quite happy with the signing, but I wasn't happy with the price tag. But
I think Wolfie is.
Bro, we're just selling to Arsenal.
I think also as well, when we scored that last goal, Martinelli scored that last goal. The first instant thing, what happened was they was doing all this celebrating, knee sliding all over the place. They shouldn't be happy about this. This was poor. This was genuinely poor.
You see Martinelli's celebration, you almost ran into the crowd,
exactly.
bro.
You have to get the ball.
What are you doing? Good finish, though.
They won a trophy, innit? They won a Premier or something like that. No, you can't be doing that.
Get the ball and put it back on the halfway line.
Play on. What are you celebrating sliding knees for? Fucking get on with it.
No, get on with the game. Find that winner. Try and find a winner. We've got little time left. Don't start faffing around going, oh, yay. We need to get a winner.
It's like, remember that against Luton? You remember that game against Luton? They were celebrating like they won something, like won a trophy. They beat them 4-3.
No offense, man. I don't mean to be horrible, because a lot of my friends and family are Arsenal fans, but you've never seen a fucking greater club achieving nothing celebrate it, man. I'm not. It's a shame.
It was a PSG one, wasn't it? No, Real Madrid, sorry. Real Madrid, when you were celebrating like you won it already, the Champions League.
I know.
And you said, was it PSG and all that? No, that's wrong.
The fan base is cringe. The manager is cringe.
Well, the thing is that the only problem that Arsenal really have is because Arteta manages the way he used to play. He's very pragmatic. He's not very creative when he comes to his actual
there's no creativity.
He tries to do the basics well, which I think he does. That's why you guys defend so well and could be so good at set pieces. But when it comes down to actually breaking teams down and getting at them and hurt them, you guys, Arsenal, they don't make clear-cut chances anymore. They don't make consistent chances anymore. Kind of like United in a way. But it's just because Arsenal are defensively quite strong and Man United not so much. Maybe Man United don't get away with it as much as Arsenal. But with Arsenal, there's always that time when they're like half an hour, they're just flat.
Yeah.
There's nothing, unless there's something magical like Martinelli's finish, for example, over the weekend, nothing really happened. Because other than that, did Arsenal look like they were going to score again?
No, not at all. Especially with the fact that he was having a spasm at the halfway line.
You got Eze, you got Eze, you got Martinelli, you got was Saka still on the pitch?
Saka came on at half time for some bizarre reason when I thought Madueke was playing quite well, but there was reports that he actually got an injury, so that I can sort of see, but I'm not if that was a tactical decision, that is poor because Madueke was our best player. He was creating.
No, he's gone for a scan. That was an injury. They're still trying to work out what it is. I've just checked.
It wasn't an ACL, which is good, but
so yeah, he's picked up an injury of a kind.
I think that was bizarre. And also I've had enough of this whole thing of at the back playing the goal from the goalkeeper, just playing it out to the defense like constantly. City are like coming straight at us. They're like the bloody red arrows, right? Coming straight at us, and then it's just like playing a risky pass to one player in the defense, just constantly causing the goalkeeper a heart attack. I think Mikel, I have many things I can say about him. I could sit here for hours and tell you that this guy's a fraud. But from a City perspective, I think that they parked the bus. Which is what actually we did. I think 2 seasons ago. So we actually did that as well.
Midfield look trash now.
Yeah.
Seriously, they got no. What's the fluidity or consistency in midfield?
Rangers looks really good. To be fair, Rangers supplied the assist for the Haaland goal, but
he did.
I think Rangers is good. They've got no real they was missing Omar Mamouche as well. I don't think they have a real winger. Yeremy Doku is too inconsistent.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, they've never.
For the Ballon d'Or.
They've never actually. They've never actually replaced Riyad Mahrez.
Why did they re-sign Gundogan, man? When Man City re-signed Gundogan in the beginning of the I was thinking, what the fuck for? You're going back on yourself. You need to be signing new midfielders.
Yeah, he was great for them. He was great for them, but they need to replace him.
Well, he wasn't great when he came back.
No, not when he came back, but originally when he was he was great.
That was one of those. That was more for the feel-good factor and all that.
I think Bernardo Silva is slipping as well.
What about Bernardo Silva?
Bernardo Silva.
That guy looks a passenger at the minute.
Yeah.
I'm not sure with Bernardo. I'm not sure. See if Pep can get it right.
But we'll move around now. Ladimus. And Dembele has won the Ballon d'Or, by the way.
Yeah, he's won it.
Yeah, that's 100% deserved. I mean,
I
think
he right. Deserved that.
Ladimus?
What I think is I see a lot of Arsenal fans criticizing City, but City played this game was quite similar to the first game of the season, Arsenal versus Man United. The better team scores early, or not the better team. City scored early and just sat and defended for the game to see out the result. Arsenal did the same thing against Man United. And Arsenal praised their performance against United, but they're critical of City's performance now.
No, that United performance was shit as well.
Yeah. Arteta, he assumed that because how the game was supposed to go is like, City weren't supposed to score early. City were supposed to go into the second half trying to get chase the win, which would have then allowed like Saka and Martinelli and stuff to come on and nick it for Arsenal on the counter attack, or nick it from a set piece. So maybe in that aspect, it's unfortunate how it's gone. But like, regardless, like, Arteta is not good enough for Arsenal to cross the line. Like, I don't know why it takes so long for people to realize this. Like what I was saying earlier, I was talking about Chelsea and stuff. This thing where fans nowadays like continuously back managers that aren't like good enough for what they're trying to do. Like, I think Arteta is a very, very good coach. I think he's a brilliant coach.
He's a project
and he's
manager.
Done a brilliant job at Arsenal, but like, I don't think he can cross the line to win. It's not even I think. There's so much evidence to show that he cannot cross the line to win. And even to win a domestic trophy now, can he even still do that? Because he got outclassed against Newcastle in both legs in the semi-final last year. Outclassed. So now there's expectation to win. Then can he actually do it as the favorite? I don't think he can do that either. Because when he won the FA Cup by beating City and beating Chelsea, he was underdogs in both games. Now you're favourites if you get to a semi-final of the Carabao Cup or the final of the FA Cup. Unless you play Liverpool, you're going to be favourites against everyone else. So with that pressure and expectation, you're going to crumble. And when I look at Arsenal's team, in terms of players they've brought in, they don't really have serial winners.
They don't have a world-class player.
Their best player or your best attacker is supposed to be Saka, and he's not won a trophy.
He's not world-class, no.
No, I didn't say world-class. I said your best player or your best attacker.
Yeah, I know. But I wouldn't say he's world-class as well. We need a world-class player, and we didn't get that in the summer.
Well, regardless, he's like your fan base is so weird. You guys abused Madueke just to now start praising him. Madueke has done no different to what he did at Chelsea.
I agree.
Actually, if I was going to be cheeky, I could say he's even worse because 5 games into the season under us, he had already bagged a hat-trick. He's done something in his Premier League career that Saka hasn't. Saka's yet to score a Premier League hat-trick.
Yep.
Like, and Madueke is not good, but the fact that Arsenal fans praise him for his performances, you guys, like, where are your actual standards? You don't have any, because no way how we keep persisting with Arteta. Like, for me, like how I view Maresca, I just want him to get to a point where we can actually like challenge. Once we get to that point, I don't think he can cross the line. So from my perspective, if you can't do it within a season, then you can go. But like to this thing of just backing clearly failing managers at these big clubs, because even though I don't view Arsenal as a big club in the modern day, people will tell me that I'm wrong and Arsenal are a big club. So if you're supposed to be like a big club, behave like a big club. You finally spent like a big club. You spent a lot of money under this manager. He went out and spent 105 million on a DM. You spent big money on one of the best goal scorers in Europe in Victor Gyökeres. You bought a countless amount of centre back. You bought a countless amount of goalkeepers. You bought all this money. You've bought Eze, one of the best creative midfielders in the Prem.
Who was sat on the bench against Man City.
Eze definitely should have started.
You had so much time to build your squad. So now, ultimately, like what's the excuse come the end of the season? Because everyone's saying now Arsenal have the best squad in the league. That's perfect and so much balance. But the same was said last year. The start of the season last year, the same was said that you guys have a perfect squad and it's better than Liverpool. They'll be nowhere near it. And if City fall off, Arsenal should capitalize. And people said this.
Latimus, you're really laggy.
Yeah.
You're really laggy, Latimus.
He's got a bit of trouble there.
A few internet connections or internet problems.
Yeah. We all have them.
Who just left
It's
as well?
terrible.
Oh,
Mm.
All right, who do you think for Pep will leave City soon?
Nah, I think next season maybe.
Yeah, don't think it's quite it for him yet, but not far away. I mean, you see how defensive he went with that in that game as well, right at the end. Put on loads of defenders and took Haaland
first
and
time
everything.
he actually ever done it, and that was the he's never ever in his tenure at City not had as much possession. Like they had, I think they had, I forget how much it was, but they did not have like barely any possession that game.
Yeah.
But then there was no creative play from Arsenal to actually do something from it. Mr. B, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, well, I think like a lot of the lads really saying there, it's with Arsenal, it's the handbrake's fully on all the time. You just cannot take the handbrake off with Arteta, and with that clown there, you're never going to win a trophy again, mate. It's sad. It is terrible, you know. I just don't know. Well, what's going to happen? I mean, you know, the worst thing could possibly happen is you do win something under him. You win another trophy, and then they keep him there for yet more seasons.
I'd much rather him just left than won a trophy.
Yeah, but that could happen, Flair. You know, and then you're stuck with him. You're fucking stuck with him then.
He's so
like
far
you
up
are
the
anyway.
It's unbelievable.
But I don't think City are that great either. Well,
we should have beaten them. We should have gone to this for a result because this is one of the worst City sides I think I've seen in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Or the team when they got to rebuild. City, they got to rebuild from scratch.
Yeah, exactly. They have to they brought in Rangers, who I wouldn't say is a great player. I wouldn't say he's like what they used to have in Fernandinho, Gundogan. He's nowhere near that level. David Silva. There's nowhere near that level at City anymore. So I think it was a game that we should have won. We should have gone to this game for a win. But we'll move on. Mr. B, did you finish saying what you wanted to say, or?
Yeah, just really that it's it's not great. I mean, I'm not sure either of these are going to really go for the title, compete, because I just think they just don't look good enough either to get across the line. And I think Liverpool maybe only have, I don't know, would they have anyone to compete against? I don't know, because
I feel like it would just be a repeat of last season where Liverpool have got no competition at all, and they literally can do whatever they want. They can win and lose whatever they want.
Yeah, I don't think they got anybody to challenge. I thought Arsenal were going to win that game before the game. I don't know why Eze did not start, but the trouble with Arteta, like people say, oh, we haven't got a strike. We need a striker. Well, now they've finally given him Gyökeres, and still nothing's changed. Like I don't see any change from last season in terms of that says people think, oh, now they've got Gyökeres, now they can go on and win the title. You might have a good squad, but you're not going to win a title with Arteta. Just not. They've given him more than enough time now. He's had his time. He's got all the players he wants. And yeah, I don't see him winning any trophies. I really don't.
Yeah, Manny says Madueke being injured now means that we have to depend on an unfit Saka. Curse Arteta and his lack of squad management. Tomorrow is a must win. And yeah, that's what I keep saying. Like we should have brought in another winger as well. Like what we brought in wasn't enough. Madueke is a number 10. He's not a winger, and we can't just all of a sudden start shifting Madueke onto the wing. Not Madueke, Eze. Sorry, Eze. Eze is a number 10. So I feel like we should have brought in another winger. Although Rodrigo was out the cards, that would have been a 10 out of 10 window for me, a world class player. But I feel like there was just no signings which made me in this window really think, oh damn, like we can really contend against Liverpool.
Oh no.
No, you got a squad that can compete with Liverpool's. It's just your start has been awful because you've drawn too many games already. And you've lost one in a row as well. Didn't Liverpool beat you as well?
No player to me that I think can contend against Liverpool.
Well, you got the first 7 too, but
every time someone leaves, it seems to my volume seems to just it goes quiet. I can't hear nobody every time someone. I don't know why that is, but every time someone drops.
No, I'm not sure what that is.
Manny, is Clivert more defensive or attacking? Because if he's more attacking, then I'll take him. But if he's more defensive,
Clivert would be an interesting sign for Arsenal, to be fair.
Then yeah, I would. Anything that's more attacking, I'll take, to be honest with you, because I'm fed up with all these defensive shit. The only way we'll get some truly world-class players and hot ones right now is if we change the manager. 100% agree that Mikel won't get anyone in. No players like bloody Leao or Rodrigo are going to think, fuck me, they've got Arteta. Oh, yeah, this guy's great. I can't wait to work with him. No one's actually going to think that. Nobody at all.
But with the squad and the players that you've got, you should be winning trophies.
100% agree, yeah. And we don't have a manager to get over the line.
Exactly that.
But has anyone else got thoughts on this game? Does anyone want to say anything?
No, I think what I was going to say pretty much already been said, to be fair. Just, yeah, Arteta, see you later. Like, surely I see you soon.
Well, as a Chelsea fan, Arteta in.
Yeah, of course you would say that. Anyway, we are going to wrap up now. Big up to Hardeep who came in. Big up to Mr. B as well. I'm sure you can find them on Instagram. But yeah, of course, it was an amazing stream. Great to have everyone on, as per usual. Appreciate everyone who joined, whether if you're Latimus as well. I forgot to give a shout out to Latimus, Mr. B, and Hardy. Make sure to go check out their socials because they're absolutely amazing people. Harry, where can we find you?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me on tonight's stream. As always, lads, greatly appreciate it and enjoyed it as always. It was a good stream tonight. And yeah, first of all, feel free to subscribe to. Oh yeah, but make sure to subscribe to oresttalksfooty where you see plenty more of us lot, I'm sure. And do feel free to check out everyone else as well. And if you've got a spare moment, do feel free to check out my stuff on YouTube, Honeygun, where a lot of content based around my local team in the EFL, Bristol City. And soon I'll actually have a video coming out with John whenever I get around to editing that, where I open some of the new Premier League cards, which would be a video to make. But yeah, I'm also doing a lot on TikTok as well. That's Harry Minton 20. I think that's over on TikTok. So yeah, just basically doing any news around the football. So yeah, feel free to check out my stuff. Be greatly appreciated. And yeah, cheers for tonight, lads. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, have a good rest. Have a good rest of it. Have a good rest of it. Can't say it. Have a good rest of the week, lads. Cheers, lads.
He's saying, "Have a good day, everybody, and be grateful."
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Exactly, mate.
Big up to yourself, Harry, of course. Wolfie, where can people find you?
Yeah, big up, everybody. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for speaking with the chaps as well. It's been nice to speak to some new faces. Everyone's been nice, calm, and respectful. I appreciate you lot for that. You can find me at Wolfgang Division. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a YouTuber. I would say I'm a football fan. Catch me at Wolfgang Division. I do watch-alongs. I do, obviously, with my Blues Brothers, with JPT and the other boys. Obviously, I was hoping to be able to terrorize Oris a bit more, but he hasn't been here, the coward. He invited me on and didn't show up himself.
Emergency work meeting, apparently. Yeah.
Well, I'll get him another day because I wanted to ask him why all the United fans were cheering getting in 9th, but there you go. But yeah, thank you for having me on, lads. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, thank you for having me on. Appreciate you.
No worries at all, mate. Great to see you. Great to meet you as well.
Thank you, man. Likewise.
John, where can people find you?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been a great stream. Please go and subscribe to Arrest and everybody else. I'm on YouTube as John B45. I don't upload very often, but there's some videos on there. I just upload if I feel like it. It's not football content, sadly, but it's just whatever random shit if I've been somewhere. So yeah, hope you have a good rest of your night and enjoy the rest of your week, everyone.
Big up to yourself, John.
Cheers, John.
Yeah, it was amazing to host. Obviously, I don't get this opportunity many times, but it was amazing to host. You can find me, AFC Flair, on Instagram, hoping to get to 30k by the end of the year. So if you can make that happen, I'd greatly appreciate it. On YouTube, you can also find me where I've been doing previews, match reactions, and more, transfer news, etc. about Arsenal. So I think 2.5k on there. So if you could get that up to 3k by the end of the year, I'd greatly appreciate it. Big up to Wolfie, big up to Honeygun, John, big up to Manny, who was in the comments giving us the Ballon d'Or updates. I just did as soon as you sent that message, Manny. But yeah, big up to everyone. Mr. B.
Wait, tell Manny to shut his mouth. Everyone will get their gratitude when they're in due course, man. Tell him not to be rude. He knows better, Manny. Come on.
But yeah, of course.
Big respect to Manny.
Big up, Warren.
Cheers, Manny, for the updates. Since we can't see it because we're on stream, so yeah, cheers.
Pleasure as always, everyone. Really appreciate it. And yeah.
Yep. Cheers, lads.
Cheers, lads.
Really appreciate it.
How the hell do I get this outro up then? There we go. I think. Right, there we go. Found it. Right.
There we are.
Big up, everyone.
Forrest is a knob before we go. I hope he sees this.